What's going on, y'all? My name is Joltage, and today I'm gonna bring you my week 2 of LPL, LCUU. This time against Dreamcatcher of the Noibat mascot team. Anyway, so yeah, I'm gonna once again show you through my team like I did last time. I'm gonna try to move through it a lot quicker this time. But yeah, let's get right into that. And hold on one sec. And we are here. All right, so this is the team. So this week I wanted while it's still early meta, I'm trying to be more safe with it. So I wanted to bring just some pretty uninspired bulky offense. This team is not perfect. I don't really like this team that much, but I think it was fine to get the job done, and it showcases my favorite Pokemon of all time, Joltik. It's not the cutest picture of Joltik around, but yeah, he's still pretty cute. Anyway, going through the team, we've got Oddish, Frillish, just a good water grass core, very fight resist, which will prove useful for my Qfint and my Meowth on the team. Pretty standard sets for both, other than we've got Psychic on this Frillish here because, well, Krogunk can just be annoying to deal with, so I didn't want, and otherwise it was it hard walled. Originally had Willow Hex as the Frillish set rather than 3 attacks, but I decided to switch to Psychic for that, so I got rid of Hex. And yeah, was also considering Toxic at one point, just because I was worried that what if my Joltik and my Oddish go down, would I be able to kill SwSh? But ultimately I decided against that, and that being able to take out Krogunk would just be more useful. Oddish, nothing really needs to be said about that. That's the same set it ran in LCOU while it was there. 23, 16, 14, 10 speed. Yeah, so next we've got Qfint. This is my favorite Qfint set. It's 14 speed, EVO, Jolly, Nature, Stealth. Well, actually my favorite Qfint set is 4 attacks, but this one I wanted Stealth Rocks on because I don't like putting rocks and spin on my shrews. So this one's Stealth Rock, Iron Head, Zen, and Power Whip. Power Whip for Hippo and SwSh mainly. Zen I think is pretty necessary because of all the good poison types we have, but especially Krogunk, and it also helps with the Panjam matchup. Iron Head is obviously obligatory stab. Considered running Superpower or High Horsepower on this because switching into Qfint myself isn't very fun, but ultimately felt like I would get the most out of the coverage moves I did go up with. Next up, we've got Sandshrew. Like I said last week, this is just my pretty standard Sandshrew set, 14 speed. This one has a little less attack than the last one. This one's at 23 HP rather than 22. And it has not Rock Tomb over Sword Stance. Rock Tomb because, lowering speed is always useful. But yeah, other than that, pretty self-explanatory. Knock because knock, spin because spin, EQ because stab. Beautiful. Like Sandshrew a lot, actually. Next up, we've got my favorite Pokemon, Joltik. This is my this is my bulky pivot Joltik set. We only hits 15 speed. We're at 23, 12, 12 in terms of bulk, modest nature. So we hit 15 attack, 15 speed, 23, 12, 12. It's just, I think Joltik really benefits from being able to, unlike Helioptile, I think Joltik really benefits from having access to all of its moves. Like Helio, I think is just better as a Scarfer, because even if you lock into one of Helio's moves, you're likely not to be that punished for it. I mean, there are situations where you are, obviously, but it's less punishing. Whereas if you're Joltik has very few switch-ins, which is really funny, just between its coverage with Giga Drain, allowing it to get past any would-be electric immunities other than electric, I guess. But Electrike lull. But yeah, so and this is the first time I've been able to use Joltik in one of these games, and I'm really happy I've been able to bring him out. But yeah, and then lastly, but anyway, Joltik also serves on this team just as another bulky water check, basically. I didn't want to overload Oddish, especially because Oddish is going to be dealing with like fighters and stuff on this team. And Joltik also serves as another fight resist, though it doesn't really threaten fighters all that well with its own moves. But last we've got Meowth. Meowth here is just kind of anti-cheese and a safety blanket for me. And by anti-cheese, I mean just, it has priority. So that's very useful. Because Ziggy dropped with the shift and we didn't realize it, but it's legal for this week. So Meowth's a low-key Ziggy check because it's faster, and then Fake Out and Faint are not out-prioritized by E-speed. So as long as webs aren't up, you're going to be able to outspeed the Ziggy's E-speed, which is pretty useful. I went for Knock and Aerial Ace as my other two moves. Aerial Ace over like Double Edge, mainly because I didn't want to just murder myself killing a Pancham. But Aerial Ace is also kind of useful for like other stuff like Oddish and just yeah. But I mean it's fine. Either's fine. But yeah, so that's the team. Like I said, not my favorite team, but I felt like it would do. So let's get back to the battle. Boom. Alright, we're back. Sorry about that. Okay, so look, from team preview, he does bring a Ziggy, so I'm like, alright. He has Ziggy and Pony G. I'm like, okay, Meowth's going to be really important in this game. Simply because he's a good just like failsafe against those two things. Pony G's going to outspeed. I don't have a Scarfer on this team, so Pony G's going to outspeed everything naturally. And then Ziggy, obviously Ziggy. Obviously Cottony's probably going to be Memento. I know that from the jump. And he only has one Rocker and Sandshrew, so I kind of expect him to lead that. I thought about leading Frillish here, but I ultimately decided against it. Decided just to lead Joltik because while he does have an electric immunity, Joltik doesn't really care about it with the Giga Drain. So we lead Joltik turn 1 as he does lead Shrew. I go right for the Giga Drain, not wanting to mess around, just wanting to get this chip down. As he decides, rather than going for the Rock Steel for the knockoff, so my Joltik loses its Eviolite early, which is mildly annoying. I thought about making a Volt Switch play here, but I just decided it wasn't really that worth it. Just went for another Giga Drain in case he wanted to give me that. Here I tried to Volt Switch out in case he wanted to like go for a knockoff here, expecting me to switch out, but he just does go for the Encore, which is fine. I'm gonna chip the Cottony down a little bit more and gain a little bit more health back, which will prove to be quite useful later on. Anyway, I'm going to go out to my Oddish now just because it kind of hard walls. As he makes a double out to his Pony, which was a really good play. I don't want to stay in with this, so I'm going to go Frillish here. He reveals to be Calm Mind Pony, which is slightly scary. I know if I can keep it low, though, that I can deal with it with like Meowth and stuff later. I go for the Shadow Ball, which is much stronger against this in this situation than Hex would have been, because I would have had to have burned Hex and yada yada. But we get Shadow Ball, we get a drop on the second one, but we've lowered him to the point where I know he's gonna, if he has Morning Sun, he's gonna go for it this turn. There's no way he's not doing that. So I'm gonna take this turn to be really aggressive and get in my Meowth here on his Morning Sun. As he does go for the Morning Sun. Now here I just decided to go for the Fake Out. I think it's pretty free to do. It does not do a whole lot to that Sandshrew. It's really quite bulky because if we remember from last week, my Sandshrew was taking like 36 from the Fake Outs from Baby Boy Blues' Meowth. So that one's really bulky. I can't remember if mine was knocked off last game. It might have been, but I don't think it was either. So really bulky Shrew. but I'm able to take it out next turn with just a knockoff, which is fine. If I had U-turn, I would have gone for it there. Here, I don't have my fake out, so I can't chip the Pancham enough for the aerial ace to kill. I'm just going to go out to my Oddish, who's going to take the knockoff pretty easily. And I believe I go for the sleep powder here, knowing he's not going to go caught on me Oddish, and we sleep the Scrub, which is obviously really nice. He's going to go back out to Pony G, as I'm going to go Joltik here. I went Joltik just in case he decided to stay in, and you know, Joltik could just volt around, especially now that he doesn't have his immunity in anymore. So we're in here against the Pony G, who goes for the Mystical Fire, and like I said, that Giga Drain recovery from earlier came in handy. I live on 1 HP, and then the Swarm boosted Bug Buzz is going to be able to kill it despite the special attack drop, and Joltik is able to claim, which is obviously beautiful. But that's not all. Joltik's going to fire off a Thunderbolt here and get a para on the Pancham, which was very nice for me, obviously. Here I thought about going Q-Fin and just clicking Zen Headbutt, but that wouldn't have killed, so I ended up going Shrew just to get a knockoff here. If he goes Cot, I'm not really that worried about it. I know he's gonna go Cot eventually, and he's gonna try to set up his Ziggy, but I've got a full health Q-Fin. I've got Meowth still in the back, so I'm not too worried about Ziggy here. He gets full parried there on as I knock him off. I go for the Earthquake. He gets full parried again, which is it's annoying, obviously, like, because I know he would have probably knocked off my Shrew. But it is what it is at the end of the day. He goes out to Cot like I thought. His Cot does go for the knockoff on my incoming Audition. He just decides to go for the Memento as I expected. Here, so once again, I've got Q-Fin and Meowth in the back. I'm not really too worried about it. I'm just going to get some chip just in case with Oddish's Sludge Bomb. I don't really need it for the Skrelp anymore. It's still sleeping and stuff. Like, I've still got Shrew and stuff for that, and Zen Headbutt from Q-Fin. Here I go for the fake out, but he reveals the Protect, which is pretty nice. I didn't expect that at all. Obviously, if I fainted twice, I would have been able to kill him. But I didn't expect the Protect on this. But that was pretty cool to prevent me from being able to just kill him outright. I'm gonna be able to chip him down still, and it's not like he would have been able to. I think it's highly likely he would have lived my Q-Fin's Iron Head anyway, but that was pretty cool to see out of him. But we're gonna go for the feint there. That does so much damage. Meowth's going down, but Meowth did its job this game. But yeah, now we're gonna go out to Q-Fin. Just click Iron Head. No reason to predict at all. And that take out the Ziggy, and then we've got Zen Headbutt in the back for Skrelp. We've also got Psychic on my Frillish. We've got Earthquake on my Sandshrew. The Skrelp is not winning the game, so yeah, we're able to take him out. Obviously, the paras were kind of annoying, but I don't think they messed with the. I don't think they were too consequential, just because I don't think that plays out any differently. Like getting the para and slowing the Pancham down definitely affected it, but I don't think him paraing twice on my Sandshrew was that consequential, if that makes any sense. Anyway, GG to Dreamcatcher. I was actually really worried about this game heading into the week, because I feel like I don't have as good a record as I would like against Dreamcatcher. He beat me in my old Gens tour in the playoffs, and I was kind of salty about that. But we're able to pull it out over him this time, and we improved to 2-0 on the season, going for that best LCUU title. I am the self-proclaimed LCUU GOAT, so I gotta put my money where my mouth is. Anyway, I'm rambling at this point, so if you enjoyed, please feel free to hit the like button or something. If not, let me know why you didn't enjoy or anything. But yeah, so I will see you next time. Bye-bye.